We continue now at the top of Daf Yadalit and Aleph and Maseches Beitza. This is Beitza Daf 14a. On the previous Amud, the Gemara had asked when the person is blowing in order to separate the grain from the chaff on Shabbos, so how should he do it? He's doing it obviously in an abnormal fashion, so how should he do it? So the Gemara says, Mikishrei etzba'osav ulamala, he should go from the joints of his fingers and upwards, meaning he should only use his fingers, as Rashi over here says, velo bekapo, he shouldn't use the palm of his hand. He puts the again the kernels in his hand, and he blows in order to separate the good part from the bad part. So the Gemara says, Machku Allah b'marava. They laughed about this in the West. Kavan the Mishani, if the person already is doing it in a different fashion than normal, person's already blowing on it, it's not the normal way, so afilu b'kula yadanami, might as well just do it with his whole hand. Elomer Rebbe Elazar, so the Gemara says, rather Rebbe Elazar says, menafeach biyado achas uv'chol kocho, he can blow with one hand, put it all in the hand, and do it with all of his strength, and it's not a problem at all. That's already a good enough shinoi. And the Gemara continues with the Mishnah, Beis Shammai Omer and Beis Shammai say, tavlin nidochen b'maduch shaleitz, spices can be pounded with a wooden pestle, v'hamelach b'pach, salt can be pounded with a flask, uve'etz hapara, with a wooden ladle, u'Beis Hillel Omer and Beis Hillel say, tavlin nidochen kedarkon, that when it comes to spices, they can be pounded in the normal fashion, b'maduch shalevin, with a pestle made out of stone. The hamelach, when it comes to salt, b'maduch shaletz, so there you're going to use a wooden pestle. Rashi over here says, maduch hu buchna shemechen bo kedarko ve'ein sarach shinoi. The Mesoras Hashas changes it, ve'ein sarach ela shinoi zuta. You do it the normal way with a pestle, you only do a small change, meaning you do it with a wooden one instead of stone, according to Beis Shammai. Aval b'melach, b'makom sheyesh melach gaso, let's say you have salt, large pieces of salt, so b'pach shel cheres yiduchenu v'lo b'meducha. So don't even use a pestle at all. Again, you use like an earthenware flask, o be'etz par, or use like a ladle, a kaf gedol shekar pukid the melach boy shinoi. The point is that salt requires a shinoi. U'v'gemara mefarish time. The Gemara will explain why salt requires a shinoi. And then you have Beis Hillel's opinion, v'hamelach b'maduch shaleitz. When it comes to salt, you use a wooden pestle, shinoi ba. You do need a little bit of a change. Avosagi by shinui yazuta, but it's enough to have this small change, not to do anything. You don't have to use something besides a pestle. Just don't use one made out of stone. And so the Gemara says, the kuli alma mios melach boy shinoi. Everybody agrees that when it comes to salt, it requires that you pound it in a different fashion. And so the Gemara says, my time, what's the reason? Rav Huna v'Rav Chisda, it's a machlokus between Rav Huna and Rav Chisda. Chad Omer kol hakadeiros kulan tzrichos melach. One says that the reason is because all pots, everything you cook requires salt. Ve'in kol hakadeiros tzrichos tavlin, but not everything you cook requires spices. And the other one says, Kol hatavlin mefikin taimon, when it comes to other spices, so they lose their strength. Umelach eino mefika taimon, when it comes to salt, it doesn't lose strength. Rashi over here explains. Kol hakadeiros kol mine tav shel tzrichos melach hilkach me esmol have yoda di boile laducha. The point is, everything requires salt, so the person already knew from yesterday that he needed to pound salt. So this is not something new, so he should have done it yesterday. V'en kol hakadeiros tzrichos tavlin, when it comes to spices, not everything requires spices. V'yoda meino yodea mayala belibo lechol mochar. Person doesn't know what he's going to eat the next day. So when it comes to the spices, you have, so to speak, more of an excuse why you didn't do it the day before. Mefig and Taimon, so then the other reason was that when it comes to spices, they lose their taste. Memir and Taimon, if you do it, meaning the day before, it's not going to be as strong. So again, you have a reason why you want to do it today. On Yontif, when it comes to salt, that's not true. You could do it the day before. It's not going to lose any strength. And the Gemara continues, Mai Beinayu, what's the difference between these two opinions? Ika Beinayu, the difference is as follows. The Yoda Mai Kedera Boile B'Shule. Number one, let's say the person knows exactly what he's cooking. If the person knows what he's cooking, so then he realizes what spices he needs. He doesn't have that same leniency when it comes to spices. Inami b'morika. Another difference could be by morika. Morika is saffron. That's something that doesn't lose any strength. So if it's something that doesn't lose any strength, again, you could have done it the day before. You didn't have to wait until the day of Yontif. Rashi over here explains, the Yada meyasmal my kedera boy b'shule. If he knew what he was doing the day before, he knew what he was going to cook. So l'lish nakama boy shinoi. So then again, according to the first lashon, according to the first answer, so you're going to need to do a shinoi, because again, you have no excuse why you didn't do it the day before. L'lish nabas or lo boy shinoi. But according to the lish nabas, you still do have an excuse because it loses its strength, so you want it to wait till today. Inami, or you can give another distinction. Tavlin shal morika ika beinayu sheyesh kedei shem tavlin oso becharkom. Again, you're going to use this saffron ve'eno meifik taimo im nidoch miva yom. It's not going to lose any strength, any of the taste, if you do it from the day before. V'hu lo hayayodea and he doesn't know what he's going to cook the next day. So again, so Lalishna Basra Boy Shinoi, according to this, according to the second answer, so it doesn't lose any strength, so you should have done it the day before. So if you're going to do it on Yontav, you need a Shinoi. Lalishna Kama, Lo Boy Shinoi, but according to Lishna Kama, you didn't know what you were making. Since you didn't know what you were making, so you don't need a Shinoi, because again, you didn't know what you were going to do, so you could do it on Yontav. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Shmuel, Rav Yehuda says in the name of Shmuel, Kol HaNidochen, everything that you pound, Nidochen Kedarkon, you can do it on Yontav in the normal fashion. V'afilu melach, even when it comes to salt, you can do it in the normal fashion. And so the Gemara asks, Amr, but didn't you just say melach boy shinoi? You said in our Mishnah that everybody agrees that salt requires a shinoi. And so the Gemara answers, Huda Amar ki Aitana de Tanya. This Rabbi Yehuda Amar Shmuel follows the opinion of the Tan in the following brisa. The brisa says, Amar Rabbi Meir says, Lo nechleku be'shaimei u'be'silal al hanidochen shenidochen kedarkon u'melach imoin. There was never a machlokus between Beishamai and Beis Hillel when it comes to the items that you're pounding. You can do it in the normal fashion, even including salt. Lo nechleku elo loducha b'fnei atzma. The only machlokus was if you're going to do it by itself. Rashi over here says, Imohem melach v'tavlin ke'echad. Imohem means that you're doing it together. You're doing salt and you're doing the other spices all together. Lo nechleku elo loducha b'fnei atzma kedarka keshar tavlin. The only machlokus was, let's say you're doing salt independently, you're doing it by itself. That was the machlokus. Beis Shammai Omrim, in that particular case, Beis Shammai say, Melach bepach uve'etz haparer litzli avalo lekadera. Beis Shammai say that when it comes to salt, so then you should use either a flask or you use a ladle if you're roasting, but not for kadera, not if you're cooking in a pot. Ubeis Hillel Omrim b'chol davar. And Beis Hillel say, with anything. The Gemara says, B'chol davar, really with anything? B'chol davar sal kadaitach. Does it really mean with anything? Elo'ema lichol davar. It means for anything. And Rashi over here explains, again, lo nechleku elo ducha b'fnei atzma kedarka kashar tavlin, you're doing it by itself. Bepachu ve'etz hapor al yedei shinoi. Again, as we said, Beis Shammai say that you have to do it with a shinoi. You do it with a flask or with a ladle. V'lo kedarka, not the normal fashion. V'litzli. Now, what does it mean, litzli? What does it mean you're roasting? Dahainu davar mu'at. That means you're not using so much. If you're not using so much, you do it with this shinoi. But lo lekadera, you can't do it for kadera, means to say you can't do a lot of it. And then Beis Hillel said, B'chol davar. B'chol davar sal kadaitach, you mean with anything? V'afilu b'davar she'ein nitol b'Shabbos. So what the Gemara was asking was, you can even use something that's muksa, something you're not allowed to move around on Shabbos. So the Gemara changed it. Beis Hillel was saying lichol davar, meaning to say v'afilu l'kedera, meaning to say even if you're doing it for a pot, even if you're doing it for cooking for a large quantity, v'al karchach kedarka amri. And Beis Hillel, of course, is saying that you're allowed to do it kedarka in the normal fashion. Kechol derech shitas hashas di alman nechleku dumyu de lo nechleku kamar lo nechleku al tavlinu melech ke'echot shenidochen kedarkon. This Rashi says follows the standard way that the Gemara speaks. When anytime there's a lo nechleku, when it comes, for example, in this case, when it comes to spices and salt together, it's normal. Alman nechleku loduch kedarka. Where do they have a machlokus? Whether you can do it in the normal fashion, al melach b'fnei atzman, salt by itself. Beis Shammai omrim b'pach b'shino. Again, Beis Shammai say you have to do it with a change. You have to do it in a different way. V'yod machmir l'tzli v'lo l'kadera. And furthermore, Beis Shammai is strict that you can only do a little at a time, not a lot. Beis Hillel omrim, Beis Hillel say l'chol davar nidoches kedarka. For anything, you could do it in the normal fashion. V'lo hutzrach l'farish shekvar pirsh. The Gemara doesn't even need to explain that. It's obvious from the way the Gemara is speaking. And the Gemara continues, Amar le Ravacha Bardalo livrei. Ravacha Bardalo said to his son, Kidayach de'etzli atzluye v'doch. He said, when you pound salt by me, you should tilt the meducha, tilt the pestle a little bit. Rashi over here says, Atzli atzluye v'doch, hita meducha al tzida. Turn it to its side. The Savar Kishmuel Damar Nidoches Kedarka b'madach shalevin. He holds like Shmuel that it can be done in normal fashion with a stone pestle. Umiyu shinoi zuta boy l'shinui. But you need to do a little shinoi. You got to turn it to the side. So that's what he said. So Rav Sheshes Shama Kol Buchna. Rav Sheshes heard the sound of the pounding of the pestle. So Amar, he said, Hai lav migave de beisoihu. This is not from my house because I hold it's prohibited. You're not allowed to pound the salt in the normal fashion. Gemara says, V'dil matzlu yatzli. Maybe it wasn't being done in the normal fashion. Maybe it was being tilted a little. Like we just said, if you tilt it a little, it's a small shina, it's okay. So the Gemara says, no, Deshameh dehavit solo kala. He heard that it was the normal sound. It wasn't being tilted on its side at all, and therefore he knew it wasn't coming from his house. The Gemara says, V'dil matavlin hava. Well, maybe it was spices and not salt, and we said by spices you can be more lenient than salt. And the Gemara says, no, that's not possible either. Tavlin nevuche menabach kalayu. The spices, it's a distinct sound. It sounds almost like a bark. Therefore, he knew it was salt and not spices. Therefore, he knew it was not from his house. And the Gemara continues, Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Ein osin tisni, you're not allowed to make tisni. Tisni is groats, Rashi will explain. V'ein koshin b'machteshes. It also says over here in this brayso, you're not allowed to pound with a mortar and pestle. And Rashi over here says, Einos and Tisni biyontiv shetorach godelu. It's a very big bother to make the Tisni. Shekose shachitin achenechlikim alef le'arba. What they would do is, they would take the wheat and they would pound it so that it would separate into 4 separate pieces. It was a lot of work. You're not allowed to do that on Yontiv. And again, it also said you're not allowed to do the normal pounding. And so the Gemara says, Tarti, there seems to be 2 things that are contradictory. Rashi says, Tarti, Shnei Devarim Yeshkan Lo Zeh Doma Lezeh. They're not similar to each other, the 2 things you just said. Katani Einos and Tisni Hachalka V'Daisa Shaper Dummy. First, you're saying that you can't make Tisni. That implies that you can make all other kinds of things that you need a pound when it comes to wheat. It's fine. Dein Tarcha Meruba, as long as the tircha is not too much. V'Hadar Tani Ein Koshin Klal. And then you're saying you're not allowed to pound it all. So what's going on? It seems to be a contradiction. And so the Gemara answers, Hachi, here's what it means. Matam enos and tisni. What's the reason you can't make tisni? Lefisha kosher b'machteshes. Because really, you're not allowed to pound it all with a mortar and pestle. So the Gemara continues, V'leima in kosher b'machteshes. So why not simply say you're not allowed to pound with a mortar and pestle? Just say simply, Rashi over here says, V'leima in kosher v'anoyadana d'sula masavi tisna. If you're not allowed to pound it all, of course you're not allowed to make tisna. So why is it that you have to say both statements? And so the Gemara says, Itani in kosher b'machteshes. If you just said that you're not allowed to pound, so havu amina hani mila b'machteshes gedola. I would think that means you're not allowed to use a large machteshes. Aval machteshes ketana im a shaper dummy, but a small machteshes, maybe you would say it's okay. Kamash malan, that's why we're coming to teach you. You can't even do it with a small one. Rashi over here says, first of all, stam machteshes hainu gedola. Normal machteshes is a large one. Aval ketana im a shaper dummy afilu tisni. The point is that I might think even tisni it's okay if you're going to use a machteshes ketana. Kamash malan, that's what it's telling us in the brayso. Einos and tisni klal. You're not allowed to, number 1, make tisni at all, whether it's large or small machteshes. Lafisha in koshin shum ksisha machteshes, because you're not allowed to use machteshes at all. V'ach machteshes al karchach loshna gedola v'loshna ketana. We know from the beginning of the brayso that machteshes means doesn't matter if it's big or small, it's a problem. Midatani reisha einos and tisni klal, because it said in the reisha you're not allowed to make tisni at all. But the Gemara continues, V'atanya, but is that really true? But we learned in a brayso, ein kosher machteshes gedola aval kosher machteshes ketana. We learned the exact opposite. You're not allowed to use a large machteshes when you're pounding, but you're allowed to use a small one. Exactly the opposite of what you just said. And so the Gemara says, Amar Abaya says, Kitanya nami masnisa machteshes gedola tanya. Even in the original brayso, really, we are only talking about a machteshes gedola. Rashi over here says, Aval koshen bektana dahavikil achar yad de'inel latavlin. A small machteshes is just used for spices. It's not normal. It's not the normal fashion. It's okay. And so Abaya answers, Kitanya nami masnisa dela'el. The earlier brayso says, well, machteshes gedola tanya. It's really only talking about a machteshes gedola. Not like we said before, only a gedola is a problem. Matam kamer. It's not that it's explaining itself. Elatarti katani. It really is two separate statements. V'achi kamer. Here's how you read the original brayso. Einos and tisni klal afilu biktana. Number 1, you're not allowed to make tisni even if you use a machteshes ketana. Ve'in koshen shar katishas b'machteshes kegon daisa ustam machteshes b'gedola kameri. And you can't do other things with a large machteshes. That's for other things, not tisni. Tisni you're not allowed to do no matter what, whether it's gedola or katana. Other items that you're preparing, you can't do with a gedola, but a katana would be okay. We'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Yod Daled Amud Beis.